Why does the idea of an infinite universe confuse scientists so much? What if the universe simply had no end? No edge, no wall, no outside, just space, forever. And what if by traveling in a straight line long enough, you eventually came back to where you started? Or worse, what if somewhere unimaginably far away, there was an exact copy of you watching this video right now? If that already sounds uncomfortable, stay with me. Because today, science takes us to the very edge of reality, and one step beyond.
Welcome to my laboratory. System online.
The problem no one can escape. Since humanity first looked up at the sky, one question keeps coming back. Is the universe infinite, or does it have an end? Today, we know the universe had a beginning, about 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang, and since then, it has been expanding. And here comes the paradox. If something is expanding, shouldn't it have an edge? Intuitively, yes, but reality is much stranger. The limit that isn't really a limit. There is a kind of boundary, but it's not a wall in space. It's a boundary in time. Light has a maximum speed. That means we can only see what has had time to reach us. The result is what we call the observable universe, a sphere around us about 90 billion light years across. Inside it, around 200 billion galaxies, each one with hundreds of billions of stars. That's our horizon, not because the universe ends there, but because the past ends there. But if that's only what we can see, what exists beyond it? When science gets to this point, we're left with two possibilities. Either the universe is finite, but much larger than what we can observe, or it's truly infinite. And both are unsettling. Let's start with the first one. A finite universe with no edge. Imagine an ant walking on an orange. To the ant, the world feels infinite. It never sees a border. But if it walks long enough, it eventually goes all the way around and returns to where it started. The surface of the orange is finite, but it has no edge. Some cosmological models suggest something similar, a universe where space curves back onto itself like a hypersphere. In this scenario, if you traveled in a straight line through the cosmos, you would eventually come back home. No falling off, no cosmic wall, no outside. Maybe the universe doesn't need an outside to exist. Maybe that idea only bothers us because our intuition wasn't built for it. When geometry gets even weirder, some scientists went even further. What if the universe isn't like a sphere, but more like a hyperdonut? Yes, a cosmic donut. In that model, light could travel in looping paths. Galaxies could appear duplicated in the sky, and we might see the birth of a star from one side and the death of the same star from another. It would be a true cosmic mirror where space plays with time. Scientists have searched for clues, repeated patterns in the echo of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background. So far, nothing conclusive. What does that mean? If the universe is like that, it may simply be too large for us to notice its shape. What if the universe is infinite? Now comes the most mind-bending idea. Many cosmological models treat the universe as infinite. No borders, no center, no end. A space where there is always more space. But then comes the paradox. How can something infinite expand? The answer, the expansion isn't the universe growing outward, it's the space between things that is stretching. Even infinity can get bigger. Infinity breaks the brain. The most unsettling part. Okay, breathe. If the universe is infinite, and if the laws of physics are the same everywhere, then the possible combinations of particles are finite. What does that imply? In an infinite space, those combinations must repeat. Somewhere, unimaginably far away, there could be a planet identical to Earth, a city identical to yours, a person identical to you, watching this video right now. Not because the universe wants it, but because in infinity, even the almost impossible eventually happens. You are not alone, not even from yourself. Here, science has to be honest. None of these ideas can be tested today. Maybe not ever. We step into the territory of the philosophy of science, but one thing is certain. Reality is far stranger than our intuition can handle, and every time we try to understand the cosmos, we end up confronting ourselves. If this idea has already scrambled your brain, leave a comment with your theory, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos about the universe. I'm the system that will guide you through it all. See you in the next access. System shutting down.